Time to find out who will play Tom Cousins in tonight's Pro Series final. Will it be Simon Fitzsimmons or will it be Phil Harrison? It's a race to 8 frames, 50 minutes on the match clock. And Simon Fitzsimmons, the bouncer, gets us underway, but not with his trademark big break. It's dry. So first opportunity is going to go the way of Phil Harrison. Delighted to say joining me on commentary for this one is a man that knows exactly what these guys are going through. In Carl Sutton, you were only a few more, 6 months ago, you were out there doing exactly what they're trying to do right now, and you took down the title.
Evening, Simon. Good evening, everyone.
It's a big night for these guys. I was just saying, you know what it's like to be out there and go through it. It's a big occasion. Yeah,
definitely. You know, just the setting, the crowd. You know, it's kind of like its own thing, like a finals night sort of thing with both semis and the final on the Saturday evening. That's what, you know, we all want to be out there. You know, I'd rather be out there than sat in here. No offence.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I think that's nice to see to Phil have a run. Everyone know how well respected and liked he is on the circuit. He's sort of been down on his luck a little bit recently, and also I think this is the first time that Simon's really had a deep run himself. And from what I've seen, he's played some really good stuff.
He's been fantastic throughout the whole competition. The only one of the 4 players as it was that has been actually involved in the hasn't lost in the other event as well, so he's having a great weekend so far.
Yeah, I mean, he took down Chris in this event and Mick in the other one, so you know that speaks volumes for itself.
Yeah, it certainly does. Well, KG opening frame here. Was a dry break, but didn't open up for Phil for reverse clearance, so being patient. Colours are finally assigned. The red at the bottom, unless there's a gap, is a big one, big problem.
I think there is a gap. Obviously he'll have to land on it nicely, but I think the one feel about Phil's game that he's most known for and is his strongest point is his white ball. You know, you never really ever see him have to play a tough pot.
And that's the one thing that's been lacking. It's why he struggled, or he'll openly admit that. It's why he's struggling for the form that he had.
He says he doesn't like the tables.
Yeah, he says he just struggles out there in this arena.
I just think that's all in his head. I mean, he won the Masters on exactly the same table.
Yeah.
So...
the amazing thing is that this table is exactly the same cut and cloth and everything else as the outer arenas, yet for whatever reason all of you say the same thing. It doesn't feel like it.
No, not at all. This plays a lot easier. Obviously you have got different sort of circumstances with this one. Like these ones aren't as played on as much as the others. You know, it's always you know, a good cloth and shiny balls and the lights as well. Obviously the other tables, the lights aren't as bright as these ones.
So Phil ran into trouble there. It looks a little bit strange because he just potted the yellow, but he was touching his red. So
yeah, that was a bit fortunate really to be touching.
Allowed him to play the loss of turn. It looked like we're going back into the previous rule set then when he was just playing the yellow, but he was actually touching his red, so it's all fine. Both these players have been really looking forward to getting out there and getting going, and I don't think this is what either of them would have wanted. Nice open chance to get their Q arm going in the opening frame would have been what they'd like to have seen.
Phil attacking here? Is he playing the free ball plant, or is he just gonna... He has. Oh, he's really attacked.
Well, he has opened it up, but he's left himself a horrible little shot to the top right corner.
He's going to be doing well to get out from here. even if he pots this next ball, I think, you know, to pot the one up that's closest to the yellow and track that down to get onto the other red is going to be some shot.
Well, that's a brilliant pot. Has he got any angle?
The wrong angle.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit, but I mean, he's looking to see if he can play this with reverse side and come round. But I mean,
oh, this is tough.
Revving it up. Look at that! Wow!
Oh, what a shot! That is phenomenal from Phil Harrison. That really is incredible. Couldn't hope for it to come out any better than that. That was truly brilliant.
He's just got to control this one. I think he'll just drag it in, really. Yeah, take his medicine. Bit of a tougher shot into the corner, but one you expect him to get. Yeah, straight in the heart of the pocket.
Yeah, what a brilliant out. What a brilliant out that is. He was fortunate to finish touching balls there, play the loss of turn to give him a second opportunity, but that was seriously good. And actually, the sort of thing he was doing in a couple of matches ago, he was making a few rare positional errors with simple positional shots, but whenever he needed a big one, he came up big, and he has done here. And Phil Harrison is the first man on the board. It is good to see him finally sort of starting to show on the Pro Series what everybody knows he can do. He's been such a top player for such a long time. He's been a little bit in the wilderness with Ultimate Pool, other than winning the Masters. He's very few runs at all. I'm just going to dip across and have a look at what's going on. Pro Series 2, the last 32 stage. McNamara versus Fernandez.
It's been a quick game. 9 frames in what?
27-ish minutes.
27
just 27 and a half.
Yeah. Dave was 4-0 down.
Which which one?
McNamara was he was 4-0 down.
Oh, good turnaround then. Get it back to 5-4. He's got a chance there. Tie the scores up at 5-5. Keep an eye on that one. If you'd like to watch those matches, there's that one there. Stream Table 2. We haven't really opened up in the pack area, but ball's flying in. He's begging for that yellow not to drop in the top right-hand corner. See the 4 or 5 balls around the 8 ball didn't move at all, and others have gone back to join them.
I don't think he hit them very well by the look of it.
He hasn't been breaking with much power this weekend, but he's been hitting them flush and actually giving himself a huge amount of success with them. But that one didn't seem as good.
I noticed he broke there a little bit to the left as well. Now, Phil normally breaks from the centre, so maybe he sort of tried that, and this just seems to be working better for him this weekend.
Red balls in play.
So he's taking on these reds. The reds actually all have pockets, sort of. It's just the 8 ball, but enough reds around it. Better chance than it first looked. Next positional shot feels key.
I think he'll just try to get to the bottom rail here. Play the one obviously closest to the pocket. Then he could potentially have choices. I believe the red closest to the one over the hole goes into the bottom left. As you look at it on your screen, the other red goes into the centre. He could use either one of them to potentially move the black.
Wants to slide by.
Oh, he didn't want that. Now he's got 2 to open.
Shows his frustration. Always wears his heart on his sleeve, as Phil.
Did you see yesterday against Deej where he's played a bad shot and he's reacted as though he was completely dead?
Yeah.
And then he's just got down and potted the ball.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so common. He also got a little bit of stick on social media for reacting to the 6-red shootout, but he does wear his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah,
and I love to see it.
It's one of them, like, looking from the outside, looking in, it's good to see the passion, but I don't think I'd have liked that if that was against me.
Oh, I don't think every pool player would say exactly the same thing there. I spoke to him straight away afterwards in the interview, and he had no idea what he'd done. I said, I said that was some reaction. He said, I've no idea what I do. No malice meant at all.
No, of course not. He's like the most respectful player you're ever likely to meet, really. Now, has he got to move the 8-ball again? I mean, it's quite deceptive on the screen. I'd say it doesn't go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
So he can either, he's just looking, I think, to see if that red goes long and maybe leave an angle, or he might play for the same pocket. Yeah, so it's gone long, but he can't move it out from there. Not really sure what options he's got from here. Oh, yes, glued. Can he go into one rail off the side? No, he's missed that one. Not sure what his plan was afterwards.
Yeah, it's like he didn't make much effort to get anywhere near the 8-ball, but it was always going to be a tight finish ever since he flicked that ball in the pack. Gives Simon an opportunity to get to the table. Didn't get much of a go in the first frame, just that one awkward safety shot. Surprising miss from Simon.
Yeah, possibly just tried to pinch the pocket just to keep a little bit closer to his work. He was obviously then going to play the loose red, the yellow, sorry, of the free. Open everything else up. But no harm done, really. Phil, I think Phil's just going to try and knock it close to the hole. Got to hit a cushion, so he's going to hit it a little bit harder. He doesn't want it in, but it's gone in.
Yeah, you could see from asking it not to drop. Can he see? Yeah, can he see an edge?
Yeah.
The very thinnest edge on this.
Not sure, but he's looking to see if he can pop the 8 off the yellow into the centre. Maybe that was his plan, his previous visit.
Yeah, because he got the cue ball into the bottom left-hand corner. It's a good effort, but it's not going to drop.
Too thick.
Has it just gone into an awkward position, the 8-ball, or is it okay? Even
possibly. The only thing I'd say is Simon's got that ball close to the middle, and you know with how these tables play, you're more than like happy to play the 8-ball up the rail to the top right.
So almost guaranteed to get good position on it if he has to go that way. But he is going to wait a visit. Interesting decision, because he doesn't get a better opportunity, as in even if he gets cue ball in hand here, he wouldn't mind Phil just hitting this into play, really.
Yeah, I think he wants Phil to hit it, because you know, even with ball in hand, he still has to navigate that 8-ball himself. Phil's looking 3 rails here to try and pot it. No, nowhere near. But, oh. For a foul, that's... Yeah.
It's kind of half a result for Phil.
You know, that was his ball probably for the 8 up the line, but he might be able to play this yellow off the 8 into the centre, top the white through to get onto that ball straight away. The one that Phil's just knocked onto the cush. think he did, but he's underhit it.
Get a sense of how he's feeling right now, whether he takes it or not. If he does, it's frame ball, essentially.
He's obviously feeling good. Yeah.
Yeah, it just took a few seconds on that one. You got the sense just sort of confirming in his own mind it was the right ball.
You can always play them with a bit more confidence though, just because of how the table plays. I mean, that probably wouldn't have gone in next door, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a fairly common theme here from all you players. And we're 1-1. It's actually 14.5 minutes gone for the first 2 frames, which is quite a long time in ultimate pool terms. I feel like the match clock could well play a part in this match already. 35 minutes left to play as we go back across and see McNamara now 7-4 behind and in trouble in this frame against Dave Fernandez. Dave Fernandez in his first Ultimate Pool Pro Series event, looking to get himself in the last 16. He's become a big shot maker as McNamara. I feel like he's going to need one here.
He's becoming like Mellon's apprentice, isn't he? Sort of.
He is. Some of the shots he's coming up with at the moment.
That one yesterday where the cue ball's like done a handstand on the rail.
That was incredible. On the rail, off the rail.
Yeah. Well, he's got a chance here if he can leave the right angle on the. You know, he'd probably want to go pot that one to the middle on the right hand side. Cushion yellow. Plant the red in.
Yeah. He's got half a chance there. Big shot coming up there for McNamara if you want to watch that. Over to stream table 2. 2 other matches going on at the moment, both from Pro Series 2.
That's a bit better. That was a bit of a miss hit. Cue ball was flying around, but that's a much better split.
Hit below the middle pocket, which is a telltale sign, but he'll take the leave.
Just his opening ball.
Yeah, so
can he get through to that red over the pocket?
It looks like he can. If he can't, then he's got a bit of a problem.
He'd probably be forced into taking yellows that way when you don't really want to. Is he on it, or is he playing the plant? Oh, he's potted back.
Oh, that's come out okay. I mean, it couldn't have come out much better, to be honest with you.
No. I think he's played the plant there as well. So, yeah, very fortunate. But, you know, when it goes for you, you've got to take him. Yeah,
ended up being sort of cushion ball in. Only he'll really know, but yeah, it's one thing we do know is it has come out absolutely as he'd have loved it to.
He was expecting to hit that yellow there. I don't think he wanted to be playing this one over the middle. I think that was his ball to get onto the red next to the 8. So a little bit of a reroute now. I think he's probably forced into taking that one, but that's not too much of an issue.
Yeah, still in really good shape here, even if it wasn't his original plan.
I mean, he could get rid of this red. If he's on this red now, I'd get rid of it now. And he's moved the 8 across to make it a little bit easier as well. Clever shot, that. He wants a little bit of angle. Just to punch a little bit to the left, and his work is done. Yeah, there you go.
Just let that track a little bit higher up the table than he wanted. Yeah.
He might want to use the yellow there to hold the white. I'd much rather do that than play with heaps of sides, but no, he's controlled that really well. Maybe it wasn't the spin as I first thought.
And goes the 8 ball. So 2-1 in front. That's a bit more like it from Simon. The break finish. And it's taken quite a long time to get to 3 frames in, but Simon is in front. Confirm that Dave Fernandez did win his match over McNamara, won that frame that we were checking in on. And he goes through to the last 16. We can tell you, Cormac Kurt and Dan Eaton leads. It's currently 6-5 to Cormac Kurt.
Cormac had a healthy lead in this match as well, from what I see. And he was 6-2 up and lost yesterday as well, so that could be some bad memories.
Yeah, last 16 in Pro Series 1 for Cormac, where he lost to Arfan Dad. Last 32 here. Still a good opening weekend, whatever happens here for Cormac. Debut as an Ultimate Pool Pro. Some good wins along the way. Touchy frame there. 13 minutes on the clock. Keep an eye on the clock in that one. Stream table 3, if you'd like to keep an eye on that match. Phil Harrison to break off and trailing 2-1. Much better explosion.
Yeah, again, he took some off. That's not full power. But no, and I think these reds are looking nice.
Yeah, all the reds do have a pocket. Just calling his extension, probably working out how he wants to attack him.
I mean, he's got the red he's closest to in off the other red in the middle, but I think if he can avoid doing that, he will, because I think he'd rather keep them there. They're sort of connecting for each other. But no, he might even knock the red down to split things. Yeah, he's played that really nice. Split things out.
Yeah, interesting choice for him, because if he tries to drop that in off the red, it can knock it into a safe position. So he played it firmer because of it and took a little bit of a risk that it would come out, and it certainly has come out perfectly for him.
Yeah, I think if he could have potted another ball, I think he'd have left them two there and just used the one over the middle as he's connected to the one that he ended up playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's come out lovely for him. All about the 8 ball, really. Which pocket does he want to leave it? He can leave it into the bottom left or the left centre off either of the bottom balls. Bit of preference maybe. I actually think he's going to leave the top one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's worked hard to try and leave the top one. The yellow above the 8 ball still plays as a little bit of a blocker with that one above it. So he still wants to be nice on that red.
I think he's going to take it now because he's left himself the hampered queuing. You know, for someone of Simon's ability, it's no bother which way he goes, really. You know, he can play this one on the right, leave himself thin and sort of go twice across, or he can just roll it in and play the black in the centre.
Yeah, there's no harm in rerouting either.
No.
As your pattern evolves.
Yeah, it's good enough. Middle of the table, really, unless he does decide to play it to the middle. I don't think he will.
Quite a bit of margin of error in the middle of the table as well.
Yeah.
And that's perfect.
Lovely.
Another one on the board for Simon. 3 on the trot.
Yeah, got some support here tonight by the sounds of it as well. He's from around these parts, I believe.
Yeah, from Manchester way. He's had some friends travel down to cheer him on tonight. And off to a good start here. 3-1 up. Approaching the halfway point in the match. We're only 4 frames in. It's just a few extra seconds on a couple of those finishes that Simon's taking compared to Tom, and especially Sean, has meant this match has gone at a slightly slower pace. But he won't mind that. At 3-1 in front, if he can continue to hold that advantage. Stevie Dempsey's about to play Mark Fleming on stream table 2. They're jumping on the table that David McNamara and Dave Fernandez have vacated. So if that's a match you want to see, get that one on. Cormac Kerr and Danny Tinley's still 6-5. Also a reminder that we have got the Challenger 1 final coming up after this match. Connor Tracy taking on Tom Jones to take down the first Challenger event of the year. Fascinating events. 288 runners in those Challenger fields. It really is tough. One of those 2 men will take down the first title of the year.
Can you see anyone winning more than 1 event this year?
No,
Simon Fitzsimmons,
just can't.
That would be some achievement, wouldn't it, to go through a field like that twice?
Yeah. Really
With short races as well.
Yeah.
First to 6.
First to 6s all the way through. You've got to win about 11 matches to win those titles, depending on which set where you get where you fall in the draw. It's 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Oh, Simon.
Ball in hand behind the ball line. Time running.
Bit of frustration for Simon. Cue ball's flying around the table. Eventually falls in the bottom left corner. So Phil's had to watch quite a bit of the last 3 frames. Now he gets to have a chance himself when you feel the way it's gone the last 3 he needs to take.
Yeah. Reds are nice.
Red balls in play.
Phil being the perfectionist, he's a little bit not happy with that. But,
I think he was playing on the one to the bottom right and he can't see it. So this is a reroute.
oh, it's just it's a little bit out again. He wanted to be straight on this on the one next to the yellow. Still don't see it being a problem. I think it was just I think he'll use the yellow. Oh, and he's so worried about the white onto the yellow that he's just took his eye off the pot. He'll be fuming with himself over that one because that was a really good chance.
Yeah, it's just the positional play that Phil just has not adapted to these tables pretty much since day 1. I know he won the Masters on this table, or a version of this table, but it's that sort of shot, those sort of shots where he didn't quite put the cue where he wanted to and finds himself in trouble, and it You said at the start of the match, it's just he's known for his cue ball and he's just not quite there at the moment. Even though he's made it through to the semi-finals here, he's still been very critical of himself. And I've interviewed him after matches, still struggling to find it his best form and his precision out there.
Yeah. But I think so much of this game is in your head, though.
Yeah.
You know, if you
huge amount.
If you've got it in your head that you don't like these tables, that's going to be difficult for you to play well on them.
Yeah, it's all mental, isn't it? If you can convince yourself that you're absolutely fine on them, then you kind of forget about it.
And Phil's been around long enough to know that as well. But yeah, an opportunity that Simon wasn't expecting, and one that would definitely hurt Phil, and also put a good amount of daylight between the two. Not sure if he wanted to leave more angle here, but is he going to play into it now?
Not guaranteed to come out nicely for him if he does. He is very good at doubles. I'm not saying it's easy to get on the double from where he is. Easy to go into it.
I think he's going into it.
Needs it to travel. And it hasn't.
So Phil's going to get another opportunity. Yeah, he's disappointed. He knows how big this this chance was if he could have took it. He's just going to run, leave the white in the top corner.
Yeah, at least ask Phil to win the frame. Hasn't left anything particularly easy on here, or anything at all.
I think Phil just came round and had a look to see if that yellow doubles. Because if it did, he wouldn't want to leave the white in a position where Simon could have a go at that. Maybe it does, and that's why he's trying to hide it up.
That's a fantastic shot if he's covered both. And he's also put a red near the red and yellow to help him if he needs to, or if he gets cue ball in hand to break it out.
Simon see an edge? I think he can. Yeah. Right, Phil's just going to roll onto this ball now, and that's really going to put a, make him a lot stronger favourite in my opinion, because that's now going to give him another ball for an opportunity to make the split the other side. He didn't. He's hit that. Not that good. I mean, he's okay, but he didn't want to give Simon a look at either ball, really.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit thinner on the red than he wanted. Still in control. It's another frame that's eating into that match clock. Not sure about that one. Where's he going here?
Middle. Or is he going two in the corner? That'd be some effort.
I think he's just decided he's going to lose this tactical battle if he keeps doing it. Might as well take on something big.
Yeah, I think he was forced into it, because where Phil's balls positioned him, he was eventually going to lose the frame anyway. So he's gone middle. No.
That's so tough to judge. Long way away on this occasion, but very high tariff shot for Simon.
Phil will be relieved to have had another chance in this frame after the mistake that he made. You know, 4-1, 3-2 as in the context of the match as a big frame.
Especially with the match clock where it is as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
He would have really feared 4-1 when he missed. And 3-2 it is. 3-2 behind Phil Harrison, but he'll be happier of the two players right this second because he would have feared 4-1. So I'm just going to pop out the arena. While it's done that, we'll just update you with the fact that Cormac Kerr has completed victory over Dan Eaton-Lee's 8 frames to 5. Stevie Dempsey and Mark Fleming are now playing on stream table 2. Matt Cook and Jimmy Carney are about to go on stream table 3. This is the opening frame of the Stevie Dempsey Mark Fleming. Scotland versus Ireland. Mark Fleming at the table. And he's going to give away ball in hand. This is a place in the last 16 tomorrow morning of Pro Series 2. Stevie, 2 titles last year, right up there in the rankings. But by his own admissions, disappointed with his form in the Pro Series. His titles came away from the Pro Series. Oh, and that's going to be disappointing from him. That red goes off and blocks the yellow. Grand Slam and Champions League for Stevie Dempsey last year. Tough to deal with that yellow as well, so pulling back, playing safe. Of the 4 semi-finalists in the first event, only Simon Fitzsimmons has made it through to the last 16 of event 2. We'll be covering the final of this event tomorrow night, showing all the coverage from last 16 onwards. Last 16 and quarterfinals tomorrow morning, semi-finals and final tomorrow night, as well as the Challenger 2 final and the ladies final as well. We'll be showing you quarterfinals onwards from the ladies across our 3 stream tables. They've been battling it out for the last couple of days.
Harrison break, trailing 3 frames to 2.
Phil then breaking off. Does he change his break at all? Not much success so far.
Same position.
Same everything.
I'll say a little bit more power.
Do you think?
Maybe.
Well, he's made a ball, so if he did change to more power, it's worked.
Still not a great split though, from first view.
I think he'll fancy these even though they look congested. Sort of, if he gets the first positional shot right, I feel like they could unfold.
I don't know if he's looking at yellows.
Yeah, I was thinking yellows. Just get one
it's all
positional
about the
shot.
first shot.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to kiss it. No.
And that is not the positional shot. Although those 2 yellows do look like they might. No, they're set to the jaw, or can you squeeze that in? Awkward from where he is.
I think if he was at the left-hand side of the table, he could make it, but yeah, he's scratching his head. He's got no shot here. He's just going to try and come off the cushion and make one in the left-hand side. No. And he's left Simon on his bad ball.
Awkward, but on it.
Yeah.
This does feel like a tight and tense semi-final, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's completely different to the first one.
Yeah.
You know, I watched the first semi-final. I guess that was an easier one to commentate on because it was all very open and a lot of clearances.
Yeah, every frame has felt tight, isn't it? I think Simon's had that one break clearance. All the others, it's been very tight. The clock is definitely getting involved in it.
Yeah, you can't see somebody getting to 8, can you?
No.
Unless somebody wins 5 or 6 in a row from now.
Yeah, 18 minutes left. That means 15 seconds of shots coming in 8 minutes, 20 seconds. And that always plays a big part. And Phil will openly admit that he's really still struggling to get to grips with it more than most. I'm not sure anyone really gets to grips with it, but
Chris and Sheppy.
Maybe, and Chippy for sure.
Maybe that's it, yeah.
Although Chippy plays so quick, he doesn't get to 15 seconds a shot that often.
That's it. He's playing 15 seconds for the whole match. I know he'll be disappointed, but it's good to see him have another good run. Really, I think I know you say it for a lot of players, but I do think that is coming for him.
I do. Yeah, I do believe it. I think more than the run, because we've seen him make. Yeah, it's okay. Not where he wanted to be, but he's okay.
No.
With regards to Sean, we've seen him make plenty of quarterfinals, the occasional semi, but today I thought, and this weekend I thought he's looked sharp, he's looked good, he's looked confident around the table, and kind of maybe one loose shot there at the back end against Tom, and he's potentially in the final himself, or certainly taking it to a. He looked like he was going to go 7-6 up.
Yeah.
But
I actually fancied him. I know he didn't, but I fancied him to do well in the Pro Cup. Just going off how he played that in the pairs that finals night.
Yeah.
He took out like 2 finishers under pressure, which I thought were unbelievable.
And angry pressure. He was going quick.
No, that was actually in the first match.
Oh, in the first one. Yeah, I thought.
And then he obviously he played good when we did get a chance in the final as well. And I just thought if he can play like this, like in the Pro Cup, I felt like he had a chance.
Yeah, I remember one of the finishes you're talking about against Vic and Vivek.
It was where just his unbelievable pot and just got him there really.
But he backs that. His pattern then matched but he puts faith in the potting and
yeah. I know he was a bit down on himself on social media recently. After that match really, but I think I do think if he just keeps doing what he's doing, I do think he'll get one.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like I thought he was going to beat Tom when Tom made that mistake to go 3-0.
Yeah.
In the centre, and then he's gone 5-2. And no disrespect to these guys, I just thought if Chippy won that game, he would win the whole thing, because I think if he gets in the final, that would just be like, I think once he's there, he will take it with both hands.
I thought when he ran that 5 on the trot, I actually thought he was going to go on and win 8-2, and I thought he was just going to run away with it. But Tom got himself back into it, and it's just that one error really. And that's excellent from Simon. Gets himself to clear. 15 minutes left to go in the match. He is at the halfway point, edging closer towards the 8, but it's more than likely going to be the clock that comes into play. Phil's not really got going at all in this match, if we're honest. One moment of magic. Other than that, he's really struggled. See Jimmy Carney against Matt Cook, opening frame. Jimmy rattles one in. Jimmy, a new professional this year, coming over from the Blackwell world. He's been competing for a number of years. He's He's won pro titles over there. Top international as well.
Yeah, world final. He's played.
And he's been in a world final
yeah.
as well years ago. I think he was a long way in front in that world final as well,
Yeah,
and ended up losing it.
I wasn't going to say, yeah.
Did he get one frame away and then it all fell apart?
I remember watching it as well, actually. Who was it? Was it Gavin Phillips?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, he's sadly not with us no more, I believe, as well.
Yeah. No, it just shows you the strength and depth, you know, with so many players coming over. And he's very much gone under the radar, but very good player. And he's got Matt Cook for a place in the last 16.
Matt played well earlier. He beat Shane.
Yeah.
Shane, yeah, he's a bit sort of down on his luck this weekend. He reckon he's missed one ball and he's lost first round both events.
Yeah, such is the standard. He said Matt played really well. Matt coming up from the Challenger Series last year. It's another awkward layout.
Yeah, like you say, other than the one Simon had, there's been a problem in every single frame. So, he's going to be taking the reds.
No, doesn't want to go in off. He hasn't, but has he caused himself further problems?
That's added a few more minutes
Yeah.
onto the frame.
The only thing I'd say for Simon, bit of a grimace there, but 2 frames up. If this one drags on a little bit, 2 frames up's a good place to be.
Yeah, especially if he wins this frame as well.
Yeah,
you know,
becomes massive.
This frame takes 6-7 minutes and he wins it. You got to feel like he's got one foot in the final.
Yeah, with that in mind, it makes this an unbelievably big frame for Phil Harrison.
It's one of them. If you don't mind it taking 6 minutes if you win it, but if you're going to lose it, you want to lose it as quick as possible.
Just adds another ball into a congested area.
Yeah, Simon could choose to take it away though, if he wish. I think he could be, yeah. Ooh.
Well,
I don't think he wanted to do that, did he?
oh, the pace he played it at, it was going to be a struggle to knock the yellow in.
I just don't see how that's a sort of a benefit to him.
Yeah, like
After these rules.
He can't have been playing the shot he's ended up playing. There's just no way.
10 minutes.
I think Phil's the happier at the moment with the position the balls are in.
Certainly feels like he's edging in front with this one. He's got a better lay at the bottom end of the table. That red's away from the rest of the work, and at the moment he's controlling the top end.
Can Simon get rid of Phil's yellow here? Yeah, he's looking at it. Oh, no, he's gone behind.
Might put himself in a world of hurt here. Good luck.
Yeah.
Could be here a while to get out of this one.
Here's one for you. You might not know the answer. What if you're in a position where it's not an impossible shot, but you haven't got a choice but to foul? What do you do?
Yeah.
Like, I've been in a position playing black ball where I'm like glued to the rail and I've got a ball glued to the side of the cue ball, so I can only play up the rail, and my opponent has got one of his balls on the rail.
So essentially you're playing your opponent's ball and you can't stop yourself.
Yeah, you have to play your opponent's ball. It's like, I was asking the question at the time, I was like, well, I have to foul here, I can't make a valid attempt. And I was like, can I just like play into space? And he was like, no, you have to, you know, play like a valid. I basically had to knock my opponent's ball off the rail, is what they were saying.
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that one. It's a very strange one.
Yeah, I don't think it would come up very often. But
we'll have to get referees on that one and find out. Simon back in an awkward spot. Keeps getting out of it though.
I'd probably just sit down and time foul.
Yeah, so, yeah. With the clock really starting to tick away, we're going to go 15 seconds a shot in a minute. Half a thought here is, I mean, Phil could be aggressive. I mean, I don't think he will be, but he could be. The reason I mentioned the clock is that the more this ticks on, the more it hurts Phil. He's the 1-2 behind.
I don't think Phil minds if this frame takes another 5 minutes if he wins it. What's he doing here? He's attacking. He's played into them.
15-second shot clock in play.
Now his yellow at the bottom becomes a major problem.
Because I guess he could play the yellow next to the red there into the plant. So maybe that's why he was deciding to attack. But he's trying to get behind the 8 here and he's played that really well. Good shot. I mean, you expect Simon to make the hit, but it's just what he leaves.
Yeah, made the hit, not left a huge amount. Maybe the shot that you've just mentioned, the plant, one way or another. Oh, that slid in a long way.
Yeah, I think this plant is on, and he can make it so that he can leave the yellow that he's going to be playing now, but then he's going to have to play another good shot. Got to hurry up, Phil. He's not going, is he?
Oh, he tried to play underneath it to open everything up in one shot. If that yellow drops, it's on.
No. Simon, I think, do you play the skill shot kind of as a shot to nothing?
Oh, I thought that was going to drop. He got the movement forward on it. It's a good result, though.
Say, sort of like a shot to nothing where there's no harm done if he doesn't make it. Yeah, and Phil knows.
Now he's got a big second favourite for the frame, and he's used up a lot of the clock.
Loss of turn.
Well, it's not the worst shot he's ever played in terms of it's a great lead. He's not left anything on.
Yeah, not sure if that goes clean. I think it does. But then he's going to be going away from everything unless he cannons the other. Oh no, he's playing safe.
And tying one of his reds up at the same time. Two of his reds up at the same time.
Is that a gap? He's sort of just put his arms up.
I think he's put his arms up at the where he's put his red to.
Yeah, no gap, but what a couple of swings we've had in the last sort of minute or so.
Yeah, and the reason Simon's so frustrated, if he leaves that red in the open on that previous shot, Phil can't really play the same shot because he's leaving the frame on.
He's forced into playing the plant, and he's missed it. And
oh, what a couple of twists we've had.
yeah. He's a bit short, but he's okay.
Well, you said he doesn't mind wasting 5 minutes on it, or 5 more minutes on it if he wins it. Well, he has won it. He had to win it.
8-minute frame, that one.
A long time, especially with a huge chunk of it at 15 seconds a shot. He is back within one though. Still Simon with the lead. Jump back to this one, and it shows you how long that frame was. Jimmy's won 3 frames in the same time that frame took. Last time he was over, he was in amongst the balls at 0-0. Now he's breaking off 3-0 in front. Good chance as well for another to go 4.
Yeah, very.
A good start for Jimmy Carney. Reminder coming up after the semi-final, which has got 6 minutes left. It will be the Challenger final. Tom Jones taking on Connor Tracy, the first Challenger event of the year. And then, of course, the Pro final. The winner of this match will take on Tom Cousins, who's hunting down another title. 3 in 6 weeks if Tom wins today. I mean, that would be that would be pretty special. Amazing what a bit of practice can do.
Yeah.
He was really struggling in the middle of last season.
He said he was too big, didn't he? He said he needed to lose some weight, but then it just turned out it was just he needed some practice.
He just needed to put some time in.
So the diet's been scrapped again. Just practice now.
Any excuse. Cue ball
again,
stays up. He makes a ball though, and has he got a good chance? It's not bad.
I don't think he realised he potted a ball.
His eyes were probably on the cue ball.
Reds play.
Red ball's in there.
You can't see Phil Phelan from here, really.
No, they are all there. It's just what he needed after the last frame, a quick one just to tie the scores up.
It's going to be a double blow to Simon, really, after having the chance in the last frame. I will say that whoever wins this, they are going to need to up their game in the final if they want to be able to stop Tom.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's looking very good again.
Can often be not easy, but you see a tense semi-final sometimes, don't you? And then you're in the final and you can free up a little bit more. Can go the other way, of course.
Oh, Phil. He's okay. I think it's just been one of them games, isn't it, where the balls just haven't really allowed it to be as free-flowing as the previous game.
Yeah, there's a lot of thinking to do, and the more thinking you have to do in the tight, tense frames is the more the 30 seconds and 15 seconds becomes a problem for you. See a couple of Ultimate Pool pros watching on, Josh Kane and Callum Singleton. They're watching on as Phil makes a great clearance.
Is this possibly the lowest scoring semi-final we've had?
Could be. It really could be. I can't remember any others. I mean, we're at 4-4 now, and there's 4 minutes left on the clock, so 8 frames in, what, 46 minutes.
You'd like to think this is probably going to be the decider then.
And it is Simon to break. There is enough time for 2 clearances but the match hasn't been that, has it? It's been awkward balls.
And you got to think if Simon's on a finish, he's going to take as much time as he possibly can.
Even if he was to break clear and use his full 15 on every single shot, he would still leave a minute to a minute and a half. So Phil will sit there and hope. And of course, with the way the ball's been breaking, the 6 red shootout's very much a possibility. And these two have met in a 6 red shootout before, a famous one, Masters final.
Oh yeah, that was Simon he played,
Yeah, Phil Harrison jumping around the arena, having won by half a second. Looks pretty calm in his chair now. It's not him to break, it's Simon to break. He does have a massive weapon.
That's possible if they go a bit ugly, that both of them will just kind of settle for the for the 6 red, and maybe not really, you know, someone might have a go with like 45 seconds left as a free chance kind of thing. But let's see how they come out.
Oh, big break. Needs a ball, got a ball, and he's got a very good split.
Yeah.
This is a great chance. Yeah, these all go.
Yeah, just about holding yourself together now.
Yeah.
Looks a little straight on the first one.
Yeah, he'd love to get on both the ones in the bulk area first, but depends how much he can force this out. Enough. Yeah.
Red ball's in play.
Just holding yourself together, and it's all about the cue ball.
Yeah, also interested to see, like you said before he came up to break, the pace he plays this finish at. He knows they're there. He doesn't need to do any more kind of calculating the clearance. It's more as in working a bad ball out or anything. It's just about, he'll know his pattern now as well.
He's just had a look at the clock. He's used his extension already.
So 5 more shots. It's going to leave, yeah, he's going to leave nearly 2 minutes, minute and a half probably.
Oh, he's okay.
Certainly long enough for a break clearance.
He's going a little bit out of position though. I mean, he's still fine, but can he get his hand nice?
Long bridge. He's okay.
Good shot. So yeah, even with 30 seconds here, us going to leave Phil 145. Yeah, he's just going to wait now. He's down and he'll wait for the beeps.
Very good. 2 good break finishes. The last 2 frames put Simon back in front following the long tactical frame. 1 minute 50 seconds now for Phil Harrison to turn this one around and get himself into a 6 red shootout. No golden breaks in play in the Pro Series, so it has to be a clearance. You feel if he comes dry or turns the table over at any point, Simon should be able to kill the clock. Amazing how we've had all those awkward frames and a tactical battle, and then all of a sudden back-to-back balls ping open, and they were really good chances for both of them. Yeah,
they both came out lovely. Yeah, just right when you needed them. Both of them. Obviously Phil needed one to get back into the game at level at 4 each, and then Simon, when he's had a chance in a couple of the 2 frames previous, you know, yeah, that's just what he wanted. So it'll be interesting to see if Phil does stick to the same break, whether he gives it a bit more power. You know, he's just going to be desperate for a ball to go in and just give himself a chance.
He'd love the same split again, wouldn't he? Just anything where he doesn't have to do any work, where it's just a case of then plotting a route.
Yeah, he's got more than enough time to, you know, to pop, even if he, you know, 8 balls, 8 shots, it's more than enough time. But yeah, he just wants a ball down and as easy as possible.
Oh, his best break of the match. Absolutely huge.
He doesn't need to rush as much as you might think. I think he's under control at the minute. Yellows?
Yeah, it's all the yellow by the red, isn't it?
I think it might go top right. You've got an extension, Phil, if you want it. He's played that well, used to jaw.
This is okay. He's on the bottom one of the 2.
Yeah.
And that yellow would go left centre if it had to. He's checking it for the top right corner.
I think it goes. It's difficult to see. But he's having another look. Do you come down or do you play on it now? Depends how tight it is. He's come down. So that tells me I think it goes easy. Because if it was tight, I think he'd have rather have played it where he was guaranteed to be close.
I think maybe the grimace is because he was thinking left centre. He is playing for it in the corner.
Yeah, I think it goes easy.
He's checked multiple times.
But, you never know with Phil, do you? Yeah. You probably still get it off the left jaw.
Oh, rattles in. And Simon sits back. He knows it's going to be a 6-red shootout if this 8-ball goes in. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic from Phil Harrison. That really is what an amazing end to this match. The long drawn out tactical frame and then 3 ultra quick break clearances on the trot to make us all square. Absolutely fantastic. And well, these two have had a 6-red shootout in a major final in the Masters. Phil Harrison won by half a second. They're going to do it again.
I guess it was written in the stars, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We do have to go through the formality of a break here, though, for Simon Fitzsimmons. There's no golden breaks in play, so this really is just a formality. 10 seconds left on the clock. That is not possible to make a clearance. The quickest we've ever seen is 28 seconds, and that took some going.
Was that Gaz or Dom?
Gaz.
Gaz.
Yeah.
Dom must be second then.
I'm not sure how quick. Was he at 31? Something like that.
He got that mad one, didn't he?
Yeah. Can't remember what it was. So it wasn't 28 though. Is it early 30s?
Where he's literally slammed the black in on a second, doesn't he?
Is there any point? You can just...
He's saying, is there any point? But the referee will make him go through the formality of it. Still having some fun out there, and it will be a 6-red shootout. We've known that ever since Phil made that break clearance. Fantastic match in a completely different way to our first semi-final. Very tight and tense, especially in the early part of the match. But then the standard ramped up in the final 5 minutes. 3 break clearances on the trot. Very quickly indeed, 2 of them to that man there. And that takes us to a 6-red shootout.
2, 1, lag.
So the lag's quite important, and Simon turns away in disgust.
But Phil's heavy as well, I think.
He turns away in disgust. It's not that bad.
he's won. So that's, I think it. Well, yeah, he's put his cue down as Phil first.
Over to you, Phil. What can you do? I think Phil's better off going second. I think both players would probably want to go second, but I think Simon can still. I think he'd be better suited to going first than Phil is, if that makes sense. I think Phil knows what he has to do and how quick he has to rush. Now he's going to have to set the time. He did this and came through against McNamara, set late 20s. It ended up being enough, but he didn't think it would be, and it probably shouldn't have been.
Watch Phil make us look like fools now and post like 21, 22 off the bat.
Yeah.
Just rolls into him, stuns it, and he's got 6 stun shots. Like
the record, 15:09. Brian Halcrow. I don't think that's really a threat here.
No.
The key.
That should have its own category because he potted 2 balls.
Yeah. Yeah, quite incredible. Key is the break and then lots of stop shots. But going first, don't miss, 6 pots, set a time. Here we go.
Did he check the rack?
No.
He should have done.
They stuck together and that can happen. That's a good shot though.
A good shot, long. You got to go long, Phil. No.
You can't let the cue ball move. You've got to come around the table. The key is stop shots.
Queued up then as well.
He can set mid-late 20s here. And he's letting the cue ball run.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, 27. 27 really does feel like Phil Harrison's kind of wheelhouse.
if he watched that again, he'll look back at that where he's travelled with the white. If he was nearly straight, long.
Yeah, he was perfect. Well, the second shot, when he opened everything up, he was absolutely perfect to go stop,
Yeah.
and then set probably what, 22, maybe less.
The white was travelling for a good few seconds there.
Yeah,
but that's the trouble. That happens so fast. You just play the first shot you see.
27:44 is the official time. We always wait for official confirmation. So 27:44. I think if you're Simon in this situation,
you're thrilled, I think.
Yeah,
you really are.
You know you're capable of beating that. So 27:44,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or a similar thing happens with the break, and I mean you could also possibly give it a bit more, but because you're not chasing a 22 or 23,
just to make sure they open.
Yeah, and then he's just got to pot 6 balls.
Still nervous moments though.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in that situation. It can't be a fun time waiting for the balls to be racked. Heart must be racing here. Major final on the line.
I think there's a bit more pressure as well, knowing that it's a time you expect to beat.
Yeah.
As well.
And it's not 35. It's still 27. It's still, that can come around pretty quick.
He's going to be feeling like this is his to lose here.
Yeah.
Because that's a very gettable time, and a time that Simon would expect to beat most times.
Here we go then. Simon.
He's not checked the rack either, has he?
No. They've come out well though. Just don't miss and he wins.
He's had to wait a little bit there.
And he's waiting for the cue ball, but now he can fly. Maybe centre there. He's okay here. Oh no.
Oh,
no. He's gone. If he didn't miss that, he would have been perfect. Now it's tight.
Be okay. Oh, has he got what's angle? Has he got?
This is tight. This is tight.
This is going to be a buzzer.
We're going to have to get a review on that one. If Simon Fitzsimmons doesn't miss in the centre pocket, he can't fail from there. And now we just don't know. It's going to go down to the technology. The time looks over, but the buzzer didn't go off.
No, yeah.
And I think
if the clock was right on the screen that we're looking at, I think he's lost.
Yeah, this one might take a little bit of working out. I'm sure the referees are chatting to the tech.
He just needed to hit it a bit harder.
Yeah.
He's going to be sick.
He is going to be sick, because that pot in the middle was a simple one. I'm getting confirmation in my ear. 27-66. Phil Harrison will win this 6-red shootout. He doesn't know it yet. And now he is finally getting confirmation. Heartbreak for Simon Fitzsimmons. It really is. That one is going to be a sore one, a tough one to take. And Phil Harrison survives another 6-red shootout, another 27-second time. There it is, a great semi-final here. Phil Harrison somehow has booked his place in tonight's final, where he will take on Tom Cousins.